I'm going to move along. Our next comic I literally know nothing about because I talked to him earlier tonight. I want to make sure I get the name. It's his first time, so we have a tradition here at the As Yet Unnamed Comedy Show. When it's a performer's first time, you have to boo them and get the boos out of the way early, all right? So when I introduce this guy, I want you all to give him the biggest, heartiest round of boos you've ever given anyone in your life, all right? No? Did somebody say no? You said no. You've broken my heart. Well, the rest of you, ignore her and do it the fuck anyway. All right, folks, give it up for Mr. Micah Jeffries.
All right. Other than the pleasantries of a few moments ago, how's everyone doing tonight? Yeah? No? All right, so this is not only my first time here, but it is my first time attempting stand-up, so bear with me. They said I have a few more minutes than I kind of expected, so I'm going to try a few things that I thought out this week. So I was at work earlier this week, and for some reason child labor came into my mind. I don't know why. My job is not really that taxing, but I just started thinking about, like, wouldn't you be pissed if you were the last group of kids in the child labor before child labor laws came into effect? Like, what did they do with those kids? Did they go to school after that? Could you imagine being on the playground with one of those kids just standing there? I remember when I was their age. Look at them just playing with their balls, chasing each other. I was down in the mines. I watched a kid lose 2 hands. Ain't no use for an 8-year-old with no hands. A couple days ago, I was cooking a Hot Pocket because even though I work at a restaurant and I use really, really nice ingredients, it gets no better than the Hot Pocket. But I was microwaving, and an idea popped into my head of when I was a kid. I remember taking a class in summer school where they kind of taught children how to use the microwave and not burn down your house. And I remember when I was doing this, the teacher and adults around that time were very specific about telling you, do not stand too close to the microwave because, I don't know, radiation or whatnot. But apparently at some point this became a non-issue because I haven't heard of this for a while. And there's really no joke here. I'm just saying to the manufacturers of microwaves, congrats on getting your shit together. But other than that, I love movies. Anyone love movies? Anyone out here? There are certain movies that I have loved since I was a child, and I made a mistake. I watched one of those movies that I loved as a child as an adult, and not only as an adult, I watched it as an adult on psychedelics. And so I don't know if you've ever done this, but if you take a movie or something that you're very attuned to and add psychedelics, you start to see things that may not be there. And so this happened to me when I was watching one of my favorite movies from childhood. That movie is Home Alone 2. I don't know why I like Home Alone 2 more than Home Alone 1. They're basically the same movie except for the bird lady. I like the bird lady. But other than that, they're the same movie. And so I was watching this movie, and a few things started to pop out that were just not sitting right with me. And so I would like to take you through my conspiracy theory for Home Alone 2, if you will.
Go.
So, for this to work, you have to understand 2 things. 1, Home Alone 1 happened. Happened like you saw in the movie. A bright 8-year-old child outwitted 2 really stupid burglars, got him arrested using homemade booby traps. This is a thing that happened. Number 2, that would be very traumatic for an 8-year-old. I don't know about you, but if I got my life threatened as many times as Kevin McAllister did, I would need a little bit of help getting through it. So the second thing you have to understand is I don't think his parents really spent the adequate time and therapy to get poor little Kevin McAllister the help that he needed.
Fair enough.
So, movie starts. It starts kind of like normal. He's an angry child, just like in the first one. but really you don't see that many changes to him other than he's got that tape recorder and he's recording his relatives, even his uncle in the bathroom. But that's another thing. He gets to the airport, they get him to the airport better than the first one, and he gets to the plane. He doesn't realize he's separated from his family, so in poor little Kevin McAllister's mind, everything is fine. Everything is not fine when he gets to New York. You kind of see a little twitch in his eye as he realizes his family's thousands of miles away and he's there. But then, like, the other half of his mind's like, nah, bro, we got this. Like, we got the money, we got the credit cards, we're a smart 8-year-old child, we're fine. And so he does. He lives it up in New York for a couple days. He goes to a hotel. He's really enjoying his time. And then everything changes when he goes to the toy store. This is when what you see is not what you get, if you will. So he goes to the toy store, and as he's there, he gets his stuff, he goes to the counter, he starts talking to the man about the turtle doves. The man explains the turtle doves, gives him the turtle doves. After he's talked with the turtle dove man, he walks away, looks up at the wall, there's like a memorial-esque painting of turtle dove man. He then turns around, no turtle dove man. Ooh. Kevin McAllister doesn't realize, what has he been doing? Has he been talking to somebody? Has he been talking to a ghost? He can't make it. His little fragile mind can't comprehend it, and it snaps. He takes 2 steps outside the toy store, and who does he see? The bandits from the first movie. How weird. These 2 morons broke out of prison, got to New York, where Kevin McAllister just happened to be, and there they are. So, for me, it's kind of just this ridiculous idea of how does he keep seeing these people all throughout this city of 10 million people? You know what the bandits from the first movie kind of looked like? Homeless people. You know what what New York has a lot of? Homeless people. And so, what does he do? He goes to this house, that's his family's house, of course, that looks like it hasn't been touched in years. And he sets booby traps everywhere. And he goes to the toy store at night, he smashes a window, he runs to the little house. And you know what kind of people might be staying in a house like that? Homeless people. So he's booby trapped this house, he goes up onto the roof, he starts picking them off with bricks. Nobody's living through that. Like, that is a kill shot, every single one of those. He's setting them on fire, he's electrocuting them. Like, this is just a homeless person massacre by the end of it. And so the end of the movie goes, you see him and his family, and it's all just a cheesy little thing. No, bullshit. That motherfucker is in a padded cell drawing floor plans to houses he's never been in and planning little booby traps. And you know why, you ever realize that Home Alone 3 doesn't have Kevin McAllister in it? That's why. That's the Home Alone 2 they don't want you to see. Thank you, my time's up.